Here we will see common type system. The .NET framework supports many programming languages such as C#, VB.NET, J#, F#, etc. And every programming language has its own data type. One programming language data type cannot be understood by the other programming language. But there can be a situation where we need to communicate between two different programming languages. For example, we need to write a code in VB.NET language and that code may be called from C# language. For this, common type system work, which is a crucial component of the common language runtime, which is a .NET framework component. Common type system describes a set of types that can be used in different .NET languages in common. It defines how types are declared, used and managed in common language runtime, so that different .NET languages can interact with each other. It establishes a framework that enables cross-language integration, type safety and high-performance code execution. It also provides an object-oriented model that supports the complete implementation of many programming languages. It is responsible for handling the code compilation and executing it on a compatible device or operating system. Common type system supports two general categories of types, value types and reference types. Value types are the data types whose objects are represented by the object's actual value and it is stored in stack. Value types can be built-in, user-defined and system-defined. And reference type stores reference to the value's memory address and are stored in data structure. Reference types can be self-describing types, pointer types or interface types. The type of a reference type can be determined from a values of a self-describing types. Self-describing types can be further split into arrays and class types. Class types are user-defined classes, box value types, that is converting a value type like character integer to a reference type like object, and delegates, which are similar to pointer to function in C and CPP. The key concepts that support functioning of common type systems are type safety, which ensures that multiple languages are aligned with the standards to provide interoperable functionality. With this, you can reduce the errors, which leads to an improved reliability of CLI and your application. Then metadata. Main function of CTS is that during runtime, it offers the details about the type. It also provides metadata, which helps .NET developers to inspect and dynamically enable assembly loading and let binding. Then type definition. For interoperability, CTS provides all definitions in the form of metadata. This metadata gets utilized by the programming languages to get the details such as properties, methods, fields, type names and more. And values and reference types. In CTS, all the types are categorized under value or reference. The value type is directly stored in data, whereas reference type points the data through a reference variable. Practical example of CTS is in C#, for addition of two variables, we will define a function as public int addition, then we will define two integer variables as int a equal to 10, b equal to 20 and we will calculate the total of a and b and store in C as int c equal to a plus b and we will return the value as c. And VB.NET will write as public function calculate as integer, that is it will return the type value as integer. To define a variable, we will use dim. So dim a as integer and we will assign value 10 to it. Then dim b as integer and we will assign value 10 to b. And to calculate a plus b and store in C, we will write dim c as integer and c equal to a plus b and will return C. Here C# has int data type and VB.NET has integer data type. Hence a variable declared as int in C# and integer in VB.NET is same. After compilation, both the languages uses the same structure int32 from CTS. That is, the code written in C# uses C# compiler and VB.NET uses VB.NET compiler and convert the data type to int32. Advantages of common type systems are easy language integration. CTS enables developers to use components written in different languages under a single .NET. Then consistent runtime behavior. CTS ensures that runtime environments behave consistently by defining clear rules for data. And higher performance. Developers are not required to think about type conflict. Thus, it focuses on application logic only.